Good day and salutations, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Togetherwerole, where the crew tries to screw me on when we actually start recording.
Yeah, crew of one.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Anyway, we have to say, Brendel, you're amazing.
We're contractually obliged at this point.
You,
No, we're not. We're not. Okay.
But I'll still say she's awesome whether we are or not. But we got new art picks.
yeah, we do. So if you look real closely, Nicholas has got color headshot going on. Yeah.
Great.
And if also you look a little closer off to your
Thank you.
left.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can look toward the camera looking down. There you go.
Oh,
That's better.
full turkey.
Now you got it. It's a gold version here of the character Vedic that is being played by Brian. And so
Drake is taking a hiatus. For those just tuning in, Drake is taking a hiatus.
Yeah.
I got tired of his emo shit, and I just need to do something else.
He got told where to go.
No, seriously. Like I'm just like the emo. Oh god. Like I can't do it anymore.
no,
You know,
I
you
don't.
made the
I know.
Like,
I know. I
it's
walked into
dramatic.
character
The
playing an edge
suffering,
lord.
oh
I
my.
knew what I was doing.
So anyway, no, Drake is literally we've got to say Drake, but
And then Vedic said, wait, not yet.
Not yet.
That'll be Tuesday next week.
so Drake is still alive. We think we're not sure, but in any case, if you haven't seen the
We're not
episode
in the recap yet.
rewind.
We're recapping for you. We're doing your job.
Oh my god, start the intro.
No, actually,
We're still not sponsored.
God, this is a train wreck. Can I actually show
Please
That-
show the artwork.
the artwork for
Please,
Nicholas? Okay,
go
this is
ahead.
Nicholas's headshot. That's Nicholas's headshot there, and
Just a hit.
no, the rest of the lower party is still she's doing all the final touch-ups on it, but I wanted to share that now. So we added that to our all cams view, and you can actually see it here. I'm going to go, wrong one. And you can see them both here.
What did you do? Who was the
I went to
wrong
I went to my camera.
Oops. Oh, yeah. No,
Stupid cameraman.
This is why most reasonable productions have this done by someone
Oh,
off
what was
screen.
the Muppets Treasure Island where you have the captain? It's not me. It was the thing guy in my finger.
Oh, see, the one I think of is the Spaceballs.
Oh,
Nice dissolve.
There you go.
Lastly, guys, geez. All right, here's Vedic. Line drawing, of course, because he is a
New engine.
very, very new.
but also, we'll see. Anyway, there's smoke in his pipe. So
I really do need a church warden. Like, I really do need to sit
I
here.
was looking on Etsy. And I'm
So
like,
was I. There's some
I
good
found
ones.
a perfect one, and I'm like, never mind.
$500 later.
Yeah. I'm like,
It's hand carved.
Let's
it's
talk. I've got
hand-carved
some.
in gold leaves
So
and silver.
thank you, Corinne.
Thank you, Corinne.
for pushing those through and getting those to us for this episode. I mean, literally, your character came into play last episode,
Surprise.
and within 2 weeks, she's got us all this.
Yeah,
So-
you should have
so-
seen David on the background. He was having a seizure as soon as Drake went on hiatus.
So
He was really upset. He's like, we don't have artwork for Drake yet.
Meanwhile, before and after and during, I was like, David, you have to trust me. You have to trust me. And he's like, what?
shall I trust you and let us go to the intro?
You should never trust me. I'm your son.
Oh dear.
You're also the DM.
Roll the intro.
Let's roll the intro. We'll see you in a moment, everyone. every time you do that, something, just a little more, baggage adds to your. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. And my microphone is behind the
No,
blaze.
leave it.
Leave it right
It's
there?
all
Okay.
Dude, don't trust me, man. Trust me. Leave it alone.
David, do you want to run this ship? Because that's where we're headed. Oh my god.
Wait, please.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's get back into it. So, because it's been 2 weeks for us. Last time on the Silver Menagerie, as you guys were going on a little bit of a tour in a dragon's lair, one of you had a meeting with the ancient one, or Balvret for people that are servants, and then a ridiculously long name that is his true name. You were kind of cornered character-wise in terms of character growth-wise as you told basically your story a little bit. The conversation was ended. The dragon seemingly stated on what he desired in terms of what he needed in order to be proved on what is needed before taking you to the World Turtle. But then he asked you to take care of the unwanted visitors, as the Russian Empire has found hard curtain by following you, but you gave warning. And thanks to your contributions through the Ark of Cogs, followed by the Tome of Titans, is what they're calling it, and also preemptive warning of the incoming forces that is the Russian Empire, coming over and basically knocking at the front door saying, boo, 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 here's the bad guys.
Don't be the baddies.
Yeah.
We'll be playing the enemy this. Today's enemy will be played by.
Are we bad guys?
Are we the baddies?
As you see 4 ships sink into the floor of the ocean. Anyway, 9 vessels from the Russian Empire attacked and assailed the city of Hartkern, the city of Forged. Through your contributions, it was repelled quite vigorously by the Forged people, as they were defending their home that they finally built for themselves. As the battle wind down, and you gathered yourselves after declaring that this ship is yours, as you jump onto a ship and then promptly blowing it up, as 2 arcane cannons overheat and explode.
Oops.
You guys hit the ground in the confetti, or were separated, and unfortunately Drake was being hunted during that time. Members of the Exalted Claw were hunting Drake, a rogue individual at the time that had a special book. As you guys had to react as the city was under attack, as things were happening, and you had to either react or have things or yourself die. The only person that really had even a remote chance to save Drake before he was kidnapped was Nicholas Necklace.
Someone with a low commitment.
Someone with low commitment, but you attempted before Drake was taken. After having a small conversation with the Council of Temple Thoughts, the ruling force of the Forged, you were met with a strange kobold that's completely gold and somehow messes with time. That has kind of attached himself just because he said so to the group and is now just falling around on top of a small demon metal crab.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, you were riding on top of the
You're riding-
robotic crab with 1,000 legs.
My little familiar.
Oh, that's
buddy.
horrifying. All right, sure, why not?
Yeah.
You weren't keeping up, so I set you down, and
I feel like you would have conjured a great big oversized pillow that hid everything except the little legs. So at least
Yeah, making it worse.
sent a pillow.
So, a festival is about to begin. A festival celebration, and also later on, a speech about what you have done. But in the meantime, it's time to party. It's time to do what you want to do. And as you guys enter the port side of...
Oh, that's right. We promised we'd be here.
I
Well,
did not.
As your ship is being repaired, as the rest of the front line, They are currently rebuilding a ship that you took care of, Ek, that you gathered yourself. Currently supplying it, repairing it, sprucing it up and stuff like that, and getting the crew there.
Getting the little red lightning bolts on it that you requested.
Oh, yes. They're getting everything ready because it did go through a battle, and it's not exactly airworthy yet. Waterworthy? Anyway, it's discussion. So as they're getting that ready, the festival is there if you so wish to partake. Or there's other parts of the city that you can go to and explore yourself. It is entirely up to you. As party members are starting to get away from the mourning of the loss and starting to go into the booze and celebration of their victory over the Russian Empire that has held fear over their past for quite some amount of time now, would you like to proceed?
Well, apparently we'll just crack open an ale. So, where'd you get that? Apparently it's for you. I'm not certain that if we can even... I feel guilty to celebrate here. We lost one of our own.
Try not to think about him screaming in agony and terror and fear. I heard you have a great big keg of booze.
Actually, I do.
There it is!
Or
Look over, I'll pull off the hat. Like,
Good lord.
is it a classic wizard's hat?
yeah. Classic conical wizard's hat with oversized brim. It's suspiciously watertight. No, it's just,
Suspiciously watertight.
Yes.
Well, it's good that you have a free heart, but Nicholas, you don't seem to be concerned at all.
Nicholas isn't there.
Oh, I forgot.
I believe you're at the mansion?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I made
I actually went to the mansion as well.
We all went to the mansion, and then someone showed up, he showed up,
That's
people
right.
were going to go do things. I was going to go and make use of my last study thing, because we had all gone to the little cottage place that had the
We'd figured out where the handle
handle
broke
goes
off.
in. And
Right.
Oh, yes,
Right.
yes.
The room that broke off, and then we could travel to somewhere. We're not sure where. I'm not sure we want to try and do that.
Right.
Yes.
But I have several days worth of research to do in a torture museum, so I'm going to go do that.
That's a word for it.
That's a word for it.
Just,
You can keep the lift.
just
Yeah! Where the rains came from. Yeah!
so it seems. Well, you don't know him, and you really don't have. Do you
Not yet!
express emotion the way that the rest of us do?
So now we're getting into the whole debate of am I a robot?
I never know. I don't think you are. I know you're not.
Well, that's one of the main debates.
Remember all those moss-laden packs that I shoved into the various orifices in your midsection to heal you that one time after the battle in the it was the monsoon, the never-ending monsoon.
Right, where I got the lightning sword.
Yes,
And I killed my father.
it's just
Thanks for bringing that up.
oh. So good. I'm glad to be here to bring you down to my level.
Allow me to give you a gift. I have a longsword that I picked up from the champion that I killed.
Really?
I need to clean it up. It's a little dirty.
Oh, if Nick was so scary. Can you do Vedic? Can you do prestidigitating?
And as he puffs out of this little thing of smoke, it becomes this little dragon that flies his way. Yeah, I can probably manage.
His sword is dirty.
A blood of the enemies.
I actually don't know if I have that spell.
All I know is it's a great sword. I haven't actually gone around to identify it yet either, so we'll probably have to... We'll take care of that later.
I don't do prestidigitation.
Ah,
Apparently, you don't know what that word means.
so,
Nope.
Wait, are we staying for the celebration or not?
Well, we should.
Well,
We should.
would you like to know?
Oh, please. Really?
No, never mind. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say,
Do whatever you're going to do.
No. I
you
didn't.
you play with time, but you don't look through time.
Why not both?
Why not? You have to see where you're going, don't you?
You intrigue me. You just intrigue me.
This small 4 foot, 3 foot?
Oh, he's 3 foot nothing.
Yeah, 3 foot nothing.
So he's not here. And I'm just.
Yeah.
Bedazzled kobold.
Right, yeah, like the glitter, like the gold, like I want you to think of something that comes out of like show tunes. Like he's gold with real glitter. Like
He's made of glitter. Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's over the top, but he like owns it, kind of deal. He knows he's over the top, or maybe he doesn't. Hard to say.
It's a curse.
How would you like to see the future, Ovedic?
What?
Oh, I've got lots of ways, but no, I was just.
He's not going to actually help.
No, I'm just seeing what he's gonna do.
This what'll be your poison? We've got, let's see, I can do, lays out the book. I can do star charts. We can do he picks up and holds out a bag and dumps out a whole bunch of like little blue stones. We can do runes. We can do planar knowledge. He pulls out this like astrolabe and sets it down. Or you could do something that's real.
Real?
Real. Take guidance.
Sorry, what?
Guidance.
Oh,
You just get a little glimpse of just the tiniest little glimmer of the direction that things will go if you don't change them.
Or
Huh.
can go.
Can go or will go?
Can go if you support it.
Can go if you support it.
Interesting.
Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so.
Speaking of which, I'm hungry.
Yes. Wait, that's a new sensation.
You eat?
I do now.
Oh, we need to get him drunk.
Oh, you have come to the right kobold. Yeah, Samuel. Come on, just don't like.
it starts to go up on the side of the wall.
I guess we might as well celebrate here. Let's drink a health to drink. That we will find him, and that he will find us.
Well, I pray that you're on the same side.
Would you like to know? Never mind. Let's keep going.
Is this gonna be a regular thing with you?
Yeah.
Are we supposed to? I picked the left one.
Are you sure?
Well, you're doing this like.
Oh, the reins. Like I'm on the little robot thingy with legs.
Oh God.
Remember the ball that
Yes.
extends out with the chicken skull and with the two eyes,
Nicholas is
1,000 legs?
Scary.
Murderbot.
Yes, I know.
Not a murder bot. It's never attacked
It's
anything.
called a Grimstalker. Okay.
All
that
it's
doesn't
done
speak.
is carry my backpack and him.
What is my
That's it.
purpose?
Your purpose is luggage.
Oh.
Well, I think I'm gonna go do a catapult.
You're right. Hold the bite. Ah.
Anyone want to come along?
Yes.
So we'll get to you guys in a moment.
I'm gonna take a dip back to the house.
Okay, so as you guys like slow down, but
Yeah,
keep
yeah,
the thing
guys,
so
yeah,
fast,
yeah.
as they just continue along, as they do 1 shot, 2 shots, taking a look around, and
And I'm clear.
'Cause-
I don't know if I want to be associated. I understand why Nicholas stayed at home.
Nicholas,
Yep.
which house of study are you going to? Are you going to the Testo Bureau of Revised Penology, or are you going to the one that you've been to, which is the Research Center of
The other one.
Revised penology.
Altered Biology, which is the virus?
Penology.
Not the viruses one.
Okay, so basically the study of punishments.
Yep.
You haven't been there, but you've been cleared, and this one is a less secure building. It's another classic square building that unlike the other one, this one is a little bit more open with only like a security checkpoint on the inside.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, when you step inside, there's a slight hesitation, and they're like, oh, never mind. We know you.
Huh.
As you do have a bit of a look to your style.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And what are you wanting to study in terms of, are you just going generic study? Are you looking for something specific?
So it's been several months since I negotiated for access to this place. What does it have?
It's basically the study of punishments. It's quite literally a different, because you guys were talking about, it's this legal system that they have is so screwed up compared to other legal systems and stuff like that. And which is why it was placed on the table, because you said you were a researcher and stuff like that. So he brought that to the table. But basically, this is a more of a psychological, more of not psychological, but they're studying different ways of points of view on what the word punishment means.
Okay.
Which I do have a list of what they actually did in the past and present and current for punishments.
So main things that I would be interested in are anything that plays on the connection between two individuals, punishing a sibling to cause someone else to give information, that kind of thing. Or any play with isolation.
Okay. Two that are actually quite easy to look up here, but do a general investigation check to see how much information you get.
That's the wrong page. I will not find my investigation in my spell list.
Nope. You will not.
Okay, so that's 18.
18. All right. So
creepy.
What a lovely music this place has. I'm not there.
So, I'm going to start with talk about isolation punishment first,
Yep.
and then we'll get into separation and getting information for others, which is entirely different. Well, it can be related, but anyway. Isolation punishment was actually utilized very heavily during the War of the Burning Lands, especially with the Forge that were, quote, quote, failures on their missions or did not follow specific instructions correctly. And one of the most commonly used ones, especially those that were near rivers or sources of water, they chained up the forged and they gave them essentially concrete shoes. And they would just leave them in the river, knowing that they would not die, but just leave them for about a few months to a few years or to never come back. And if they return and they're not there, well, then something took care of them. Because most likely of them escaping it would not be plausible because of how wrapped up they were. Or two, they find them and they would be more pliable in the mental conditioning thing. That the talk of that of today's current punishment is more of peer pressure, more based on society, and this is where the rule of houses come into play. They don't really have the resources available or the buildings to be actually able to house essentially juggernauts that are fully mechanized for war in every aspect and way for their entire body to actually properly put them into a cell and make them think what they've done. But time gets a little wonky in that kind of aspect where if you place them in a storage room, essentially is how they describe it, they'll just kind of shut down. So time won't really have meaning to them. So they'll just wake up and act like nothing happened. And the punishment would be null and void. Mm-hmm. So again, they're going more on a society of your peer pressures telling you what's the right thing to do, and if you don't follow that, then you, along with everyone around you that's connected to you, is going to be punished because of your actions of a single person.
How far out does that go? Like you say, a person and every person. Like, is it family connections, friends, close associates?
It can be sometimes family, but with forged individuals that this system has mainly been built on, is also going on to other advantage to humans, gnomes, halflings, and stuff like that, for those are actually here, and turtles. It's more on if, let's say, you're part of a household. The person at the top is the leader of the house. And then that person vouches for his subordinates. And if a subordinate vouches for someone else, they can do that as well under the permission of the original house key holder, essentially. If it goes up 1 every time. So if, like, at the bottom of the food chain, there's an unruly person and they get in trouble, the direct person that vouched for them gets in trouble. If no one vouched for them, but is under a certain house, then the main leader gets in trouble.
And is there a specific punishment, or is it just whatever punishment befits the crime?
It befits the crime. It's not like one fits all kind of situation. And then you get into the different parts of the pack, but with 18 you don't get much information about what if the leader of the house, since they don't really have anyone to cause them to get in trouble, if they decide to become uproar, then you have other houses keeping other houses in checks. Having some sort of checking from other households that would keep everyone in line.
Checks and balances.
In a way, it can be that way, but it's not the same. And then you got the isolation, no, not isolation, but the separation to get information back thing. That is less of a punishment, but more of an interrogation. Interrogation is still utilized, though usually kept for certain circumstances that would only provide information that you would not get unless you bring them to such a point. But at the same time, they make note that interrogations to that brutalization usually leads to misinformation most of the time. Of the area you get, there has been recorded records of unruly individuals that are the people of Forge or other kin, regardless, that were unable to listen and were completely separated from their house, their place of origin, or family, and placed like on the other side of the city to hopefully put him in a better situation. Or, in your case, to get information. What information? You're not sure. It's not provided, but there's examples that are given.
I wasn't speaking specifically about interrogation. That was just an example of
Okay.
a social punishment. So,
Yes, it has been utilized. So, like, if the crowd that you're with is unable to persuade you, then you're going to be placed in another crowd, and it's going to continue and continue and continue until either you change or we have to banish you.
okay. So that results in exile. But, like, what you're talking about, that is a social pressure in.
Yes.
So we're all saying you must conform. I'm talking about a... Can I fucking help you?
No.
Some guy walking down the halls. Okay.
The guy with the books.
Right? Somebody listening to.
Stops and looks.
Crazy guy looking at the books. Yeah. We're not there.
That's fine. I lost my question. This is plenty.
If it comes up later, I
Yep.
can definitely answer it. Sorry.
All good.
Just remember, you're surrounded by assholes. Like Spaceballs.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
There you go.
Yes.
I know that. What's his name? That is his name. Asshole. Major asshole. And his cousin, he's an asshole too, sir. Gunner's mate, first class, Philip asshole. Alright.
Anyway, so you begin to start going into the actual party zones of what this area has to provide. Scene change. Entering a more port area.
You don't know how Vedic found like one of those old-fashioned ties, but he's got it around the top of his head. He's still walking around with his hat, walking from beer stand to beer stand.
That's a little
with
cool
a
eating
surprisingly good amount of
Are
practice.
you just like
drinking in your hat.
a stomach with legs?
He walks around and goes, never pass up the chance to have a good rip-roaring party. You don't know when it'll be your last one.
So that might be good
Make
advice.
a Constitution saving
what-
throw because you're drinking a lot. already.
Oh, I want to see how tall you are to keep running off.
3 foot nothing.
3 foot. Damn.
Wow.
So you're the only person who can kind of lean down on him.
Less than half my height. Holy crap.
That's a natural 20 on that Constitution.
Okay.
That's my first roll of the night. There you go.
Learning a little bit more of the boozy side of this time wizard.
Where was that last week? Where was that last time? You needed those.
I know.
You're seeing the various different colors of the long strips, slightly see-through colored cloths and silks that are dangling from one rooftop to another, slightly different in height. So it's creating different layered balconies of color and shading. That is the festivities that are going on. People are gathering as people are going from one location to this festivities. As you see these catapults, long, almost like seesaw, half-cut logs. Literally just a tree that's been half cut, so you have one side and then you got the other side that's making the other one, with big baskets on the other side and a heavy, thick wooden area on the other side that looks like it's been hit a lot, with a titan standing next to each one. And as people are getting in, you see a couple is like, no, I'm not doing it, I'm not doing it. You take a shot first and then try again. Okay! And he gets in, and when is it gonna happen? And then the titan.
Wilhelm scream.
Swoosh.
Wilhelm.
And you notice in the water, there are colored rings. And the guy that just went through the air completely overshot it.
Alright. Fine. Is there like a line?
We
Yes.
don't need a line. The surveyor just pushes you up to the front and goes, put him in! Put him in!
That's it. You say that, and there's a couple of,
Put him in!
hey, where's the silver? Where's the silver guy?
He went. Hey, I think he went back to my house.
Oh, the silver guy! We gotta get him out! And it's like there's just a couple and a couple like some forward, some humanoid. Got it. And he immediately starts searching for the big 7-foot war machine.
Oh boy. Look at a search party after me.
And you find yourself already placed in this heavy weave basket.
No, I'm not placed in. I'm getting in myself.
Well, I'm sure you are 500
You know
pounds.
what?
They're trying to put you in.
Yes. Pardon. I've got this.
Oh, sorry.
I imagine if there's a gold cobalt just leaning into the back of one of his knees.
You're helping a lot.
By the way, he's with me.
What? No! This wasn't part of the plan! No, I refuse!
And I set him in the basket. I do not get in the basket.
Are
I
you-
set him in the basket.
Are you fighting it?
No.
Okay. 2 shots are given to you before you enter the basket, though. You're gonna need it. Open mouth. Open mouth. It's like half your face.
You realize I'm not in the basket.
No.
I'm putting him in the basket.
Yep. And there's the Titan.
like a 5-year-old just like
Go for it! Go for it! Go for it! And you hear the Titan's bellow.
A goal that he doesn't hit the target and overshoots.
Let's see how hard. You know what? You roll the d20 to see how the strength check.
He's small,
of the
he's
Warforged
light.
Titan.
But he doesn't have much surface area.
As it comes down, I want to face step
Oh.
to behind him and go, wow, that must have sucked!
Oh my god. Where the fuck?
It's incredible.
Are you talking about Misty Step? You don't have
Yeah, Misty Step.
Okay, I'm like, you're not fake.
just be standing next to Ek at this point and go, that would have sucked. Your turn.
What? Oh.
The log comes crashing out. There's not really any suspicion in order to keep it up.
Fine. I'll show you how it's done.
crunch, sit down into the heavy basket weave, taking about half the size of the basket.
Hold on, and get all my
Packs?
I trust you. To
Sit
to
atop
hold
them.
all this.
Sit atop them like they're my horde, sitting there smoking a pipe.
I literally do this. I go like this. It's like a ripcord, and all just.
And
Complete with small mushroom cloud.
With almost a Looney Tunes style, as soon as you rip it, because you got into the basket, you hear a Titan's bell.
all the stuff that falls off my body.
As soon as you pulled it,
It's not in the basket.
I know it's not in the basket. You're aiming outside of the basket, which is all on your back, so it's quite easy, but you're still in the basket, and the Titan's bringing down his hammer at the same time. So as soon as you rip it, it's almost like as the bags kind of stay in one place, and you just disappear before boom,
All right.
all the bags land.
I am exercising my fears. I'm exercising my fears, and I am exercising. I'm tucking and rolling, and I just suck into a ball.
Make it acrobatics or acrobatics check. Are you trying to guide yourself to?
No, I am literally pulling all my limbs into the shell. I'm becoming a rock.
He's gonna skip.
Oh my god!
He's gonna skip.
And I forgot one detail. You notice that every time they bring it down, they put colored dust at the base of it. So it releases, like this one would be like a green dust cloud as you go.
Okay, as he goes up, can I fairy fire him?
Sure!
Can I light him up like a
Like a shooting star.
little glowing?
So I don't know what I'm doing, what I'm seeing. I can't see shit because I've sucked in.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
so
using
you're
my
not quite
action.
sure.
I've seen this before.
I'm using my action to draw all my limbs into. Actually, all my limbs say one. So all my limbs
Except your peg legs.
except my peg leg, which is metal. So I'm probably look like a German hand grenade from.
You got really screwed up one of those prototypes.
So what color is it? Like the powder that they've gone? Like what color am I fairy firing?
It's up to you what color your favorite.
Okay, so what color's the powder?
Green.
Green, bright green. Bright green turtle just goes hurtling through the air.
Almost like creating almost like a sparkle effect behind it as you're also leaving
Don't
the
see
trail
it.
of dust.
Minor image, like if I can minor image like a zoomed in picture so the crowd can watch.
Do you have a minor illusion?
Yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah, you can do that.
So we can see like the play-by-play, like it's ESPN.
Instant
On the
replay.
green.
Swoosh! You get it hard in the water. Not really on target. And there was a couple people that kind of had to swim out of the way before you hit the water.
That's a cannonball.
I don't come up.
And there's a few seconds that you bubble. Boom, 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 boom.
I just don't come up.
You're just a little glowing rock at the bottom.
It's so glowing. That's why.
Slowly
And
dissipates
then I
underneath the
make my
surface.
way towards shore. I was going to make my way towards shore underwater, so you can see this little glow.
Like the god
I don't
doesn't like
realize.
it.
Well, maybe do I realize I'm glowing? I don't know how long. Oh, shoot! It's very fire. It lasts a while.
Look at this.
It does. While you're swimming under the water, you notice there's a couple forged underneath, having conversations, trying to escape the crowd, or watching for individuals that are not very good swimmers. And one of them makes eye contact.
I speak in Auckland.
I want to have an entire crowd
I
ready to
speak
cheer when he gets out of the
and-
water.
Make a charisma check.
I speak in Auckland and like try to tip a hat that I don't have.
Fishy fish to you as well.
They don't speak Auckland back to me, do they?
I that's what I said. I said fishy fish.
Oh, that's just.
19 on that charisma check. Get the crowd together,
Okay.
like my minor illusion, like little like pyrotechnics. Like I'm ready for it.
Being a golden kobold, you do gather quite a bit of attention quite easily.
Put my hand around some young warforged woman, like except it's around her hip.
Yeah, exactly. Be around her hip.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna do the whole. I'm walking out of the water. I'm coming out of the water, and I'm the whole Aquaman walking out of the water.
Rapturous applause, cheers.
Except he's not a whole bunch of muscle. It's shell.
I got an 18-pack shell.
Everyone's grunting.
As
Got
soon
it.
as you come out of the water and within a distance of the crowd, a couple of them take these bowls and throw colored pigment on. Well, not colored pigment, colored pigment dust.
On me.
Powder paint.
And it's like a large arc, so that actually gets over the crowd at the same time, and everyone just like. And someone hands you a heavy drink.
Meanwhile, on the other side of the city,
So,
no one sees me. No one sees me.
going through the city, you do see a couple of the festivities, because the festivities is town-wide. I keep calling it a city, but it's just under the actual definition of a city.
Hamlet.
It's a big town. But you do notice that there's, you've noticed with just past perception, as you hear wings, which brings up small PTSD, as you're like, rock! And then you look up and it's like, no, giant eagle, still
Giant eagle. Rock? What?
Yeah, as you see two giant eagles that have what looks to be some sort of mounting device on their back with people riding. As they fly to the side of the festival, and seems to be some sort of exotic animals over there. The giant eagles being the biggest over there. And there's quite a bit of crowd over there, along with what looks to be some sort of turtle race next to it.
Turtle race or turtle race?
Both.
Ah. House.
It takes you a few, but you eventually find back to the Guardians? Shoot, I forgot the actual name of the region. Basically, the Spectres,
Spectre shields.
the Spectre Shields, thank you. You get back to the House of the Spectre Shield, and you find this, now that you look at it for a second time, rather plain and absolutely normal looking house.
There's nothing extravagant about this, and nothing that could possibly draw the eye other than the lilies.
Correct.
Let's try this one more time.
You step inside,
Anyone home? No? No one home?
greeted with silence and emptiness.
I probably see my footprints still on the ground from the dust.
Make a perception check.
Nope, I don't see anything.
What?
You say that, but then you're like, you hear a couple people outside, "Where's Sparks?" And you're like, "Oh shoot!"
Door. Okay. Handle.
The handle breaks off pretty easily.
Like this side, right?
Are you putting it in the knot?
Yeah.
Placing it on the opposite side of the door into the knot. Fits in. You hear a
Pull, push.
you pull and push. Doesn't move. It is a lever.
Oh yeah, twist it.
Oh, twisted. Very well. Twisted. The hinges. And he goes outward. Where the sound of the streets, people's celebrations, followed by the Titans' bellow, every now and again giving warnings that they're sending off these trebuchets at people, which is weird to say. The sounds of celebration immediately dies down. And you're not exactly sure what you're expecting to see, but the sight still villages you a little bit as you step forward into another room. Not fully rectangle, as it's a rectangular room about 40 to 50. It's a spacious room, but it has a lot of extra, like, walls to it. So it goes a little bit and then turns inward and goes back and then over this way and gives a lot more space to the walls, where it's covered by miraculous hand-painted paintings, portraits, and landscapes. You find yourself in a neutral beige wall room filled with what you can only assume is hundreds of different sizes of paintings and portraits. You're in a gallery with the center part most of this room having furniture. What looks to be nice leather couches and armchairs, along with small tables accompanying them. And the one that is seems to be farthest seems to be occupied by an individual, but you're not quite sure. We can't really see much because it's currently preoccupied in front of it. A canvas painting station, along with the very bits of doodads of the paints and brushes and pigments and paints and stuff like that. Currently doing something. And as soon as you enter, you see a tiefling's head. Male. Long purple hair, pale skin, paler than a normal human skin, with strange glyphs all over his face and horns. Like a dead.
Good day.
And as soon as he brings the tip of the end of his paintbrush, it starts to sparkle, and he brings it back before finishing the casting. Sparks.
Yes.
Please enter.
How do you know my name?
You're kind of, yeah.
Okay. Step in.
Please have a seat. Would you like some tea?
Actually, sure. Tea would be wonderful.
Good for you. He waves his hand and a couple of teas. When you go to this table, actually make a perception check. Your perception is not exactly high enough to notice some things.
That's probably high enough to notice that. That'd be a 19.
19?
19.
19? Okay, so not bad. As soon as you step forward, the door closes immediately behind you. And you look behind you as you're moving forward, as you're looking on the floor, and the perspective changes a little bit. And it kind of causes you like, what? And you quickly look behind as sounding the door as you keep your eyes on your exit point, as you've been trained. And you notice it's one of those point of view art pieces that when you move, it just skews out of place from two different wall pieces.
So there's more than meets the eye. You got to look at
The door is no longer there.
It's all about perspective.
It was painted on the floor at a very specific viewpoint, so that when you look at it at a certain point, it's a three-dimensional door. But as soon as you move out of the way, it splits, and it's just a two-dimensional piece. Huh. And the tea on the table is exactly the same, so that when you sit down, it becomes three-dimensional, and you start to see steam start going. Took me a while to get that one going. Please, enjoy. Would you like sugar?
No, thank you.
Suits yourself. I at least put 4 cubes into mine.
Who are you?
You're gonna have to earn that one first. Just call me the diplomat.
Diplomat.
Yes.
Diplomat for what?
Well, good question. I'm a diplomat for the Kogan Dynasty to see what Hartkern has to provide. We are very interested in having a bordering nation between us and the Russian. So I'm here to see their intentions. But that's not what you're here.
I honestly forget why I'm here. I was told to come here.
You know. Then why are you here? How about we make up a reason? Make it interesting.
I had 2 things that I was looking for. One was I'm trying to figure out how to find a specific soul to put into a warforged. Not particularly warforged, just a forged.
That's a little, specific.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, before I started my grand adventure, after I first awoke, a waker as I'm called now, I was picked up by I want to say human. I really forgot, actually. I think it was a gnome. Was it a gnome or human? What's your question? It's so long since I've read the backstory.
Okay, so you're asking me?
Yeah. Is he a gnome or human? I forget.
Okay, sorry, one more time?
Oh, my father.
Your father
no
was
more
human.
Okay,
He was definitely
I
human.
thought so.
Yeah, he just happened to turn into a zombified tentacle monster
Right.
when he was turned into an undead.
First person that really treated me like I wasn't an abomination and took me in and started teaching me. I learned how to be a person, how to be me from him. And I'm through my actions or inactions, he died. So I'm trying to bring him back because he left the family. That's one of the main reasons I was going through this. They also told me that you could find someone by the name of the Warden.
Well, why does everyone want the warden every time they come to me? Warden this, warden that, warden this, warden that. He's not that special.
Who's the Warden?
The warden is not who. It's the title.
So it's a they or
It
like
is most
combination?
certainly a they.
Gotcha.
But the warden, the true warden, is someone you never want to meet. Why do you want to see this horse? Warden.
I was told that they could help me with my request to get my father back.
I mean, possibly.
I don't have any other options.
He did
so
teach us, it did teach us everything we know about magic. Meaning the dynasty, I mean.
uh,
How about this? Instead of sending you on a mental suicide route, which is there are many other ways to perform suicide.
fair.
Okay. And I'm assuming you already know about the trial of the loss, or the trade of the loss.
Heard about that. I've not heard much into it.
It is quite literally a borrowed pathway of the dead. You have to walk the path of the dead in order to see the warden.
Uh-huh. So I have to be dead.
No, but you have to travel through the pathway of death.
Of death or the dead?
The dead, not of death. No, you don't have to make that one. No, this one is particularly owned by a. Well, I forget what they are, but basically once every 100 years, the first dragon that dies becomes a shepherd of death.
Oh.
I forget what they're actually called, but it's a big thing every 100 years. They really, the dragons, they really make sure they don't die. The first person to die, because they become shepherd of death, and it's more of a curse.
Noted.
So that's why there was a pet name. That old news.
So I'm assuming this has to... Shepherd of death would mean that I would have to walk this path to talk to the warden, just even meet the warden.
No. There's easier ways.
Okay.
You want a specific goal, only if it's willing, I have to say that,
Right.
only if it's willing, to place it in what I assume is either a golem or worse for its body.
I'd assume a fort body. Probably the only real alternative, considering he was turned into an undead and then burned because undead.
Pretty well.
So forest was my only option.
That is still a very high price to think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Luckily, roll a general persuasion with advantage because of what you've been doing in the city.
Those are both really, really terrible. Persuasion is not my specialty. That's a 7.
Okay. Let me just get one bit of information.
It's a 6 and a 2.
I knew the word. Anyway, I'll tell you later. Windows almost screwed me. I'm like, that's not the name. Anyway. And this male tiefling dressed nicely, but is battered with very different parts of pigment that he's taken his fingers, dabbed it, and just kind of. Well, I can't get to this for free. As he goes inside his robe, pulls a scroll out. What I have here is a modified scroll, essentially of resurrection. Do you know what resurrection does?
I've read about it. I was searching for something with true resurrection. But I didn't have
Resurrection. There is no true resurrection. This is true resurrection. Oh, my tongue.
resurrection.
This is good tea. Hold on. Yeah. Resurrection. You don't choose what you come back as. You could be a cockroach, or you could be a dragon. You know, anything in between too. You could also be a penguin. This is modified. It can have a side effect too. There has been times, especially with our collector columns, that the soul that comes back can be addition, can be half broken, could be a fragment. It's not perfect. But it is available if you're willing to work. You don't have to make the decision. It is here.
What would I have to do?
That would be solving a problem. Seeing your specific set of skills tapping your sidearm, you're more of a smash the door in kind of person. We need that right now.
Sometimes.
There's a bunch of the underdog. There's a bunch of Neo-G. Do you know what this?
I've heard of the Underdark, but I don't know what the Neo-G are.
The Neo-G are a horrific abomination that look like a spider and an eel had a bunch of babies. They're terrible. There's a new nest that's a little higher on Dark, and they seem to be having some sort of, battle with other Neo-Gi. Most likely having some sort of power vacuum, because they're all slavers. And they keep attacking our cities in the dynasty. We have scouts that were able to find the specific-ish location of this cluster that are currently battling each other, but the battle that is coming to us seems to be ran by a young beholder.
Ah.
If you take out this young beholder, most likely this segment will no longer have the ability to get power, which we do not want that beholder to become the power holder of this entire nest. That's bad. You understand that? Take out this beholder, let them be them, and they'll stop attacking our city most likely.
Most likely.
There's no 100% assurances. But your insurance is, if you kill this young beholder, you get the skull. I know it's a tall task, but I would not ask this of normal people.
And if I went to the warden, what would the warden do?
If the warden would see you significant enough to speak to you, first of all, you cannot make eye contact, and you cannot hear his true language. Anti-true language. It's confusing. Let's just say that is a whole different cake to a cake of madness.
Ah.
You don't want that slice. This is simpler. This is more reasonable.
Okay. And if I were to use the scroll, what are the chances that he wouldn't come back completely? Do we need, something to help bring him back, entice the soul to come back?
Yes,
or...
most likely. Yes, you will have to entice the soul. Give it a reason to live. Have a properly built housing unit would house the soul, which would either be a catalyst or it would be the body. Either one.
The body.
If there's another soul in the body, that complicates things. That's possession, and then it gets messy. But you want an empty body, nothing in it. You want to entice it back, and after that, cross your fingers.
It's just got infinitely more complicated.
Well, that's life. But it also keeps it entertaining, but you have the answer.
There's a chance I'll probably be back.
Yes. Don't come back asking for the warden again. I'm not going to do that. Too many people died.
I don't think I want to go. I don't think anyone was actually. Nicholas, I'm gonna go visit the
You
warden.
came into my domain and literally asked, "Where's the warden?"
Nicholas, I wanted to ask where the warden is because the sound kind of that sounds kind of like upper alley. Just maybe.
Oh, Nicholas!
Nicholas.
I have a delivery for her.
Oh,
He gets up. He goes to several of the paintings. No, not this one. Oh, wait! And turns around and goes across the room. This one? No, this one. And takes a small painting. Ah, this one. Comes back. The council actually commissioned some unusual furniture, especially since where she came from. Deliver this to her, as she hands you a painting, and this note, and this case. A small, almost like a size of a cigar case.
can I put this all in the bag of holding?
No.
Can I put this in the bag of holding?
What are you holding up?
The painting and the note.
No.
Gotcha. Okay, it's gonna stay out very not in the bag of holding.
When you
period.
give her the painting, just let her know whenever she wants it, just break the painting.
Okay. Not the box, the painting.
The painting, yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, you might have a lot of casualties.
This has been most insightful. Thank you.
By the way, do you want any? It kind of goes over the walls.
I'll take a look around. I'm going to look for. I'm going to look for something that seems familiar to me.
Okay, make a investigation check.
That'd be good for a net 20. Not a net 20.
What?
That's not a net 20.
As there are a lot of paintings here.
I'm going to go around with my goggles and my dude seeing.
Okay. With all of the advantage. It is going to take a little longer because you do that.
Cocked. That's better. 16.
16? Looking over these paintings, and they're not exactly like, realistic paintings, but they have that style that the brain kind of fills in the spaces that is exaggerated, and it's more like heavy globs of paint that are making various art pieces. Now, that is some of them. Others, more detailed. Others, more Picasso and just like crazy kind of deal. But you notice from one paint to another, as you look from portraits to landscapes to the plants, as you look a little longer than the cursor, you just glance at them. The longer you look, the more they move. The leaves being blown by the wind, gently, eyes slowly blinking. The rise and fall of chests as they breathe. The moving of a surf. These are moving paintings.
Wow.
You don't recognize anything that is familiar to you, but some of them are fantastic in terms of scale and stuff like that. One of the ones that catches your attention right away, a massive city that is holding back a dam of what looks to be a higher level plain water that has a waterfall in the center of it, with the city itself with a unusually tall tower that goes up into the sky, like ridiculously tall. Another one is what looks to be a small village, lush jungle with a massive tree in the background that is going above and beyond clouds, with the clouds actually collecting on them on the tree itself, like if it's a mountain. And then you have another one. It's almost like a battle-torn glass plane that has been cracked by some meteor with various different bodies and dragon faces that are currently half open, cracked, and lava pouring out of them. And by the way, do you have like a place you want to go? You look like a traveler.
I do.
These might help. Do you have a home?
I do have a home. I was actually looking for one that's kind of like that, and I can't remember where it is. I'll pull out my map. It's right up here at the top. Which the whole freaking area, it's up here. Yeah, so like...
Do you have a name? He just doesn't see. Sorry, Verosian Empire, not a good place for, my kind.
Not my kind either.
We're here.
There's a small village, more like a waypoint. Let's stop it along a trading route. Next to the Endless Monsoon.
I can work with that. I think. Yes.
It's downriver quite a bit.
Yes. Yes. And he pulls a small painting out. Shows it to you, and it is a small river town with a stormy cloud in the distance. As you look a little closer, you see a small pyre being struck by lightning.
That'd be the place.
Yes. 1,500 gold.
Noted.
But this is a special painting. If you look into it, it'll be there.
I won't be able to come back though, right?
Please, you'll be able to come back.
No.
But once you purchase the painting... Oh, sorry. Searching the math. I apologize. 1,500 for the normal paintings. This is 5,500.
Ah. Okay.
As soon as you purchase it, I shall give you the command word so that you can come back. Just make sure you leave the painting in a safe place.
So you can go there and come back.
Infinite, yes.
Oh, okay.
Or
That's
until
worth
someone
it.
breaks the painting,
Gotcha. Okay. Do you happen to have anywhere in the Desert of Teeth?
That's with the teeth.
Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend? Is this your friend?
Yes.
Are you the friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not me. No. I'm asking for another friend.
Another friend, yeah. Uh-huh.
No, seriously, not for myself. It's not for me.
I do have something, but it's more of a pocketed piece. Guide your attention back to the small village in the jungle with the tree that goes up infinitely. This
Is the Tree of Life?
Yes, what used to be the tree of life.
Let's
It also
complete
used
guess.
to be the king.
That was complete guess.
It also used to be the Empire of Dragonborns. What were they called? It was a sorry. His accent is not going to work with this one. Cuskar. Xukar. One is it's a dead empire and stuff like that. And based on historic events and how they depicted it in bad news, I decided to make a painting. But do not be surprised if you go to the other side and you don't see this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. How about the capital of the Verosian Empire?
That one is not available as it's already purchased.
By who?
I'm out. I'm done.
Unfortunately, I cannot purchase until you know.
Can you make another one?
I can. It would take a couple of months. But you have to have the inspiration in order to make a painting. And it's also two paintings, because you have to make a
Inspiration
painting from the
enough?
point of view of the Verosian Empire city, and you have to go to the other side of where the other destination is.
Is gold inspiration enough for you? Because I think we have a lot of ways.
Gold. I mean, at the same time, gold is shiny, but where's the inspiration on that one? After what? I can use it for reflection, I can put it in other pigments. Why
What
would
can
I need that?
What can I give you to give you that inspiration that you need?
I
Because
don't know, you tell me.
well, we lost a friend in the last raid, and he's currently
A lot of people have lost friends.
we believe he has something that could bring about the end of the worlds.
I'm intrigued. Continue. I like this conversation. Would you like more tea?
I don't think that he's going to help here.
Oh, I think it will.
So
So,
you don't like the Verosian Empire.
we usually don't see the eye to eye. I say, let's be friends. They say, I'm a demon.
We are pretty much in the same boat there, where they subjugated us and see us as abominations.
So we have something relatable.
Correct. So, I don't like that guy over there. We don't really work together yet, but that guy's pretty scary. So, friends?
Roll a persuasion check at disadvantage.
I missed that entirely.
noticed that too. That
His
is pretty scary.
version of convincing someone to do something is, yo, let's be friends. We both don't like that guy.
So that's
Because dipshit went off and did this without the
us.
charisma, people.
so that's a 14.
Or someone who could guarantee your success
With
at
advantage.
rolls.
Shit, man.
I was a
He
13 and a
gives you the
16.
longest stare with his slit eyes that you now notice that it's like one is different color, one's blue and one's green. You're funny.
He didn't talk about it much. I just know he said it could bring about the end of the world. It was a book,
Oh,
a little book, about that big.
there's a lot of books.
It was very obviously magical.
Well, if you're talking about, the powerhouse of the Rose Empire, I'm pretty sure they have a lot of books. And I'm sure if you're talking about one of the
Well, I mean,
Pillar of Strengths, one of their books, that's pretty bad.
Pillar of Strength.
Yes. It's actually like quite literally. I can't show you the painting. Anyway, it's quite literally the castle for the king is held in place at the center of of a magical circle that is built into the city itself, beyond ancient. That's why they actually have a lot of the magical secrets, because they start digging and they find a bunch of stuff. But the pillars are holding up the king's castle. Pillar of Strength.
Well, to give you an idea of how valuable the book is, they sent this entire army to get him.
It sounds like a good excuse for, a battle.
I just want to get. I want to get him back.
Look, you know how to get back. If you need to get other people to, I don't know, get your heads together.
I'm only here for my things, but I just want to get him back. So yeah, I'll be back because I don't have the money to buy that right now, anyways. So
Oh, most people don't.
thank you.
If you have other
Also
things-
the person with the pocketbook. But whatever. Not that I just have that
Enjoy the
sitting around.
festivities. Oh, if you come back, make sure you give me one of those dragon lizards feet. I don't know what they're called. I mean, it's like one of those small raptor things. Get the foot.
On a stick.
That's good. On a stick.
Noted. Door.
Or it takes a few moments right
Door.
there, and it is weird because intelligently it's not there, but as soon as you reach out, you feel the door handle, and it opens, and you find yourself walking into the house again.
This is going to get very, very difficult, very, very often.
And I love my magic. As the door clicks behind you,
Cool place too.
Open back up.
and you find yourself back into Art. The city of the forge, currently on a celebration.
Right. Back to the mansion, real quick, so I can leave this in Nicholas's room.
Okay.
Unless I bump
So
into
you
her.
run back to the mansion
And then back to festivities. Can do what I want
Alright,
to
so
do.
Nicholas. You've been studying there for a few hours. Are you going to all the way to the end of the day, or after getting a little bit? Because you notice a lot of people are disappearing and going toward the festivities. So asking for more information is getting harder because there's less and less people.
I had agreed previously to show up for the speech aspect. So
Oh, that's
with
true.
people leaving, I would hold to my word and go. So I would head to the festivities because I
Okay.
would assume dispersal of people means that we're coming up on
Most
that.
likely, yeah.
alright, so
So as you head over,
Venick and Eck are walking around. Eck's painted even more bright, bright, vivid colors. Even Venick's got multiple colors on it. He goes, stop! Pulls out his little pocket watch thing and opens it up, and there's like this arcane whirl, like an astrolabe and different things and different little miniature spherical bodies going around, and goes, and now. And that's when he rounds the corner.
Oh, yeah, just I don't have stuff anymore. Sliding.
Right on time.
you do notice that there is the thing called Dust Ball, by the way.
Dust Bowl?
Dust Ball. They take balls, almost like a snowball, but covered in that pigment again, and it's almost like a paintball fight. And they have four teams going at each other, and whoever's winner is crowned the Dust Master, and the whole crowd gets them, and they are given a small prize because of it.
Okay.
Just going
But-
around them.
Right on time.
You notice as you're waiting for...
It's just waiting through the crowd.
Is everything okay, David?
Everything come out all right?
Just you see Miss offering up to you. Hey, well, you guys are covered in. Wow.
Just neon colors.
Wow. What happened?
He won.
I'm holding one of those big things with a stick.
It is literally a 6-legged lizard. And they just stuck it at the end. Most likely a basilisk leg.
Baby basilisk. You don't know that they like lay like thousands of eggs at a time. They're like spiders when they come out.
Oh, God. Nicholas, this would also be about the time you arrived. Because he went to the house and then...
Dropped stuff off and came back.
Yeah.
Okay. I show up. Charles hoofs onto you because you and Charles have a thing now.
Yes.
And
He
I
likes it right under the chin, right? Right under the chin? Yes, right under the chin, yes.
Start flicking your face. With the bright colored pigment on his tongue now.
that doesn't touch me in Sylvan.
No, I didn't do this to me, they did. Actually, he did.
Like, even even more neon colors. He lost.
Apparently he doesn't know how to prestidigitate.
Do you need?
Please?
Well, with him, one casting.
Oh no, but I do it multiple
Of
times.
course, of course.
Thank you.
You got the wax on, wax off, you know.
Because
It's so glittery.
As it happens, though, it's just shadows creeping up over your form and dropping down and over and down. And
Nice.
yes.
Relax. This isn't what kills us.
Oh, just so you're not alarmed, there is. I stopped by that house. There's
What?
a cool guy in there.
what do mortals not understand about agreements? We agreed to come here and do this and then go back together later.
Yeah, we're going to.
No, we agreed we all would go there together, not you first and then us later, right?
Yes.
Alright, see,
What if you had died? What if you had set off something that alerted people to the presence of us and got us killed?
Or what if you had transported to some place? I figured it was some sort of teleport place that you would have just disappeared, and we'd wonder what happened to you, and you wouldn't know. You were across the other part of the world, and we would never see you again. Yes, apparently we care about you.
Well, we is strong, but you are cared for, and you're foolish. And gonna walk off up to the stage.
There's things for you up in your room.
We have an agreement. We're supposed to be here for the speeches.
That's fine. Here.
Noticing the Council of Temple Thought is
Oh, it's
starting to mass near the stage that was being built during the festivities and stuff like that, because it was destroyed, unfortunately. and it
Can
had
we
to
all
be rebuilt.
agree that we will do our duty here, and then when we have an opportunity that we go back and collect our thoughts together? Is that a good thing? Does everyone agree to that?
I'd agree.
Is that agreeable to you?
I've already walked off, but
Atticus found one of those 6-legged lizards.
Fuck.
I was excited.
Well, all right. Let's us three agree to that. We'll see then when we can find Nicholas. And you've walked away, but you haven't like ran away.
no, like I just walked up to the stage that
all right, good.
like
All right. Well,
like-
that's what I meant as we go up there as well.
no. I stormed off ahead, but in a we're all going to the same kind of like
All right.
he's annoying and I am annoyed, but I am staying with the group. Just
Yes.
that kind of.
Well, I was thinking let's all walk up to. Let's go up the ramps. Come on, let's go. You were. Look,
I'm totally standing at the base of the thing. What about this, says Silver? Please.
Here, hold this. It's coming soon. Wait here. Did you wait here?
Like,
Good.
Ready.
Let's go up.
why
Let's
do
go
I
up.
get like
Was
a
that-
parent trying to go on a big boy ride and leaving the kid at the entrance?
Oh yeah, no, he wanders away. Like 30 seconds in, he wanders.
Please don't.
Could I hear you say, "What about this?" says Silver.
What about this, says Silver?
Silver. Minor illusion.
Gold, minor illusion.
Over top of it.
The freaking disco ball over here.
Well, Vodax. Sorry, what's your name
Make a
again?
minor illusion of that.
Vedic.
Vedic
Vedic
slightly
turn his head and smile.
I think so. I'm gonna minor illusion, and all of a sudden the lizard's looking at you and smiling.
Well, that didn't work. That apparently didn't work. I thought it might work, but apparently he hasn't had a pet.
Oh, he's having his bed.
Yeah, he ate it.
Yeah, there you go.
Can the three of us agree that we will all go do our thing here and then go back to collect our thoughts? You have some things to
Yes,
tell us.
I have many things to tell.
Does that work for you, Nicholas? Since I assume we've caught up to you at this point.
Let's see if it can be followed through on.
To be fair, I would never agree that we wouldn't go there individually first. We just agreed that we would go there afterwards together.
Just not even acknowledging you. So done with mortals.
Two Ward 4 Titan holding what looks to be a outline crate that has cloth on either side with a handle on top. Not for normal individuals, but for a Titan's fist to grab on top. This 20 to 25 foot tall crate placed behind the podium or stage that has now been fully rebuilt after its destruction from the battle, as the Council of Temper Thought and the various forms that they have are amassing and seemingly collecting themselves and preparing. You also notice that there is a bunch of new forgelings off to the right-hand side of the stage, along with three recognizable younglings at the front of them. Three of them with similar handprint paws for each one. These are the three that you named. A couple of the council members make eye contact, seeing that you have arrived, minus one person. And even though he hasn't spoken a lot, but the gentleman-looking individual, known as Model, the council member Model, tall individual, slender, almost wearing a more of a, almost like a tux with a tails, heavily leaning to his left hand, where a gentleman cane is holding, that he's leaning heavily into as he goes to the front of the stage. As you've already stepped up and are currently on one side of the stage, waiting to be properly back and forth. As Model goes to the front of the stage, nothing is said. No indication of the council is about to speak. The only thing that he's doing is walking forward, and that seems to be enough. Many of the people of the crowd immediately hush down, and because of that, more people's attention is turned towards the council on this stage. As people begin to mass, as the people of the fort, people of Harkern, start to gather for the meeting. As he steps forward, he seems to give a weird, not sorry, let me rephrase that. As he steps forward, he just kind of looks over, walks over them, and seems to greet them with a piston-powered hat. With his, not bolo tie, but...
And the bow tie comes out and spins a couple times.
Yeah. Oh, I'm all excited. Looks over. I hope everyone is okay. It's been a rough few days, so I'm gonna stick to some cards.
I am Iron Man. Sorry. Oh, wait. Never mind. We are in War 14 Nations, so that would be...
I am Iron Man.
And not, so am I, so am I, so am I.
Damn it, man, you took my thunder.
Sorry. Very good. That was bad.
It's okay. Men, women, forged. People of heart code.
Lend me your gears.
I beseech thee to hear my voice. Did you just say that in the crowd?
No, I'm just like you just set it up really well.
If you were in backhanding distance, that's what would happen.
I beseech thee to hear my voice. Today is a celebration and a day of remembrance. Long have we dreaded the day of the coming war of this outside world. Digging, entrenching, and toiling away in fear in this fact for almost 2 decades. As we created something more than armor and a sharpened blade can ever provide. We created a home. A place that we carved out from the soil itself and breathed life into. Our home. Our place where we can finally say that we are alive. A home that was just assailed by the Russian Empire. With a show of force, a overwhelming force, that to a single developing town. An overwhelming force brought down by overwhelming victory. I applaud you for your valor and bring a toast to you today. Victory was not won by a single man, woman, or forged. Many of you saw the grim activation of the Dawn's Hammer, knowing well what powers it. I can assure you that no sacrifice was made for this action. Making eye contact and seemingly gesturing towards you. This group known as the Silver Menagerie, Sparks, Eck, Niquis, and a human known as Drake, that is not here with us today. Traveled from deep within the Russian Empire and to warn us of the coming battle, along with special gifts. As another council member, the one that you know is Query, holds up the now activated parts of the Ark of Cogs. Opened up sphere with moving parts inside and everything, glowing center as seems to be the yellow fog seems to pour from it. These true souls of morality brought us the Ark of Cogs. This same group then entered and successfully activated the same Ark of Cogs on their first try with no casualty and provide us with a tome of titans as you hear us as the titans around that are now part of this mass stomp into the floor, most likely cracking whatever's underneath it, but making the point. Allowing us to once again repair and bring forth more Titan kin. Seeming that, for you at least, with the 18... No, so what's your passive perception?
18.
18, okay. Just realizing now, as another illusion is brought up, as they're not bringing out these very important relics out to the public.
Paparazzi reason.
They're using Major Image as another council member lifts up their hand with a tome. This ridiculously big tome that is made from various different clockwork pieces. This overwhelming gesture of good faith can never be repaid, as they allowed us, the Force, to stand on our feet once again to defend our home with an overwhelming victory. Making it clear to the outside world that we will not be snuffed out. We will not be crushed and we will not be taken lightly when we say we will live. So I say to you, do not mourn the loss. Do not mourn the dead. Celebrate their life. celebrate what they achieved as a people of Atkan. He seems to gesture over, and the Titans that were behind you grab the top of this container and lift it up as you see a dazzling bronze statue of the Silver Menagerie. From Sparks, Eck, Nicholas Necklace, a tentacly plant friend on the back of her, along with Charles, the Plank Dog, Mr. Hemingway, and Drake, in a 25-foot tall statue. This shall remind us of our unity. This shall remind us what we fight for every day as we defend our homes again and again and again for whoever decides that we are not alive. A toast as he brings up a tankard that was brought to his side. May we reign and may we live forever. Turns around. To the Silver Menagerie. To the Forged.
To the Forged.
And everyone joins in. To the Forge! As the chant, we are alive, we will live, and we are free. As several groupings of Forged chant that. Applause right out. You are presented with the title Hero of Hardcore. And as you are back and forth to see if you have any words, any notes, anything you wish to say. Is there anything you wish to do at the front of the podium?
Never been one for big speeches or for even for standing out. I mean, really, it's difficult for me. I don't know what to say. Do you? I don't think it would be right for us just to walk away.
The statue's very nice. It's weird that it's bronze when we're called the Silver Menagerie.
And that's when Vedic sets off the fireworks.
And the Titans as various color pigments is sprayed over the audience as they turn them the opposite way around. As you set off the rest of them too.
And firebolt, firebolt, firebolt. Oh, that one looks like a big stack. Firebolt, firebolt.
Little John is like, but I was supposed to set him off this year.
Please don't hit a hay bale. Is that it? At all? All right.
I mean, there's fireworks now. I think we're good.
People are cheering, people are beckoning you, and people are
The meat on the stick was great. Thank you.
holding the.
Loving our continent.
And it is up to you on how you proceed through the night.
And that's what I think about the Arc of Cogs.
What?
I think he was making his microphone joke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's apparently stuff for me back at the house, so I'm going to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Should we?
It takes you a little bit, but you have the ability to disappear. As people immediately gauge you.
Oh, no. If people try to come up to me, it's invisibility and gone.
I
Like,
assume
not.
So as soon as people begin to approach,
We were all going together.
well, as soon as that happens, as soon as you go back down to the podium, several people rush you, and like several of the humans, several of the turtles, and a couple of the forts itself.
They're selling little X dolls.
Immediately ask questions of what was going on, and ask like what is true, what's fake, and what's full of shit.
Did you do this? That's so amazing.
Fanboying, fangirling, fanforging, and suddenly Nicholas is gone. Just poof.
They're selling
do
little
not
Ek
think
dolls, and there are people like rubbing they've got like oils that look like on cloths, and they're rubbing them on sparks and then taking them away.
I haven't set that on stage yet. I'm just currently at the edge watching the swarm of people.
Yes.
After a few moments go by,
By the way, it's greater invisibility, so like
you're out, yo.
yes.
By the way, that only lasts 1 minute, but if you do normal invisibility, it lasts an hour.
Right, but I need 1 minute to push through, and if
Oh,
necessary,
that is true.
like
That is true.
there's very aggressive elbows going into anyone who's in the way. Like I'm out.
The first few times it's good, like elbow, elbow, and then you find a force that's a little too armored. Ow, ow.
If necessary, like other
And a few
spells-
moments go by where you're asking, you're like, it's almost like a Starstruck kind of situation where you're like,
You got this.
okay,
Jump.
okay, and then
What? Oh, am I old?
No. You got this. Jump. On the roof, sliding, jump.
You've been abandoned.
Shit.
everyone go, whoa.
Hey,
And then all their attention.
Yep.
hey, Goldie.
I'm setting up
Make a
fireworks.
perception check, man. He's some small guy in big man territory.
Alright.
Which is funny enough because there's a lot of knowns and happens too here.
24.
24. He takes a few moments, but you grab a tail.
Wow. let's get the. Yeah, what did one shepherd say to the other shepherd?
Let's get the. Hang on.
Let's get the flock out of here.
Got it.
It takes you a little bit of egg, but you get by.
Wait, hang on.
What?
Wow, that is a huge area. Okay, so the crowd like surges at Eck, and he's got Vedic by the tail, and Vedic goes and slows the entire crowd.
Actually, it's 6 people. You can only slow 6
It's a
people.
40-foot cube.
Yes, but it's.
Up to 6.
Oh, okay, well,
I
fine.
know. I was so disappointed on that too. I'm like, 40 square feet!
All right, but boom! Run!
Calling people.
Or wait, I think I can haste us.
That's probably better.
It's a different concentration, yeah.
It is. Well, okay, so hang on. Different choicing. I just don't know if I can cast it against multiple people. I cannot. So slow. Boom! Run!
Meanwhile,
Do I outrun you?
Oh, by lots.
Yeah.
you 20?
You can lift them up, no problem too. And you start
It's
throwing
not
that
just.
tail.
It's not just like I only have 30 feet of movement, ignoring that, but I'm 900 years old. Like he hobbles at full speed.
Wow. That's an old kobold. That's a very old kobold.
Yeah.
So I run out 40 feet.
So
Stop. Turn around.
you would be approaching me, like I'm darting forward, but you run faster than I do, and
Well, they can't see you because you're invisible.
yes,
we
but
don't.
we're going the same direction. I can see them, and should there be another wave of crowd pushing in at any point, I'm going to cast darkness on that crowd.
So, because the funny thing is, because you still have the plant and the dog on you, right?
Yeah.
So
I found the paparazzi.
Initially, you go invisible, and it's just Charles in a pouch, just like, huh? And it's floating,
Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it is on the target's person.
but not if it's creature.
It's
Creatures are separate. It's mostly for objects, but it's funny enough
It does the job.
because the creature and the plant right now count as a creature, and if you can cast it at higher levels for
I would know that, and I wouldn't do greater invisibility then.
okay, that's fine.
Just
No
let's-
one's going to stop you. They just
It's just suddenly a plant.
So-
floating in the air going,
yeah, it's just a demon plant, by the way. It's just,
Yeah, like-
because it's so
3 feet to the right,
shadowy.
3 feet to the left, 3 feet to the right. Lost him.
But yeah, if you cast regular visibility at higher level, you'll be able to get everyone.
I don't have regular invisibility.
Okay. No one stops you if you do invisibility.
Whatever.
Okay.
I'll do the greater invisibility thing. It's fine.
Okay. Sorry.
So I run ahead of you, stop, squat down in front of you, and then then
There's like a stick that rattles off your shelf. Go move! They're catching up.
not after you.
You eventually lose them.
They're not after you, and I will shoulder check just on the way up.
Shoulder checking your
No,
fans.
I'm doing shoulder checks. Bam, bam,
Just-
on the
just-
shoulders.
just-
Bam, bam, bam.
Oh, okay. I thought you were looking at
High-fiving your way
shoulder
through the
checks.
crowd.
Shoulder checks on the shoulders.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I'm jumping off roofs. Sliding off down the roof sides and jumping to the next.
As the various parts of the festival continue on, as you go back to the mansion, as now you do have a fandom, and people wish to know what you are, and people are trying to buy drinks and all that. You eventually get back to the mansion, unharmed. Nicholas,
Yep.
I'm assuming you go and see your gift.
Yep.
Okay. Where did you place this?
You put it in my room.
Oh, in your room?
Yep.
Okay. So, sitting on your bed is a note, what looks to be a cigar wooden case, or at least the size it looks like that, and a painting. And the painting itself is a rather dark and bland looking individual, but it has strange gray mounds, almost like stalagmites that have kind of lifted up but slumped on either parts of the room. Rather weird painting.
There's a note.
Wait,
Yes,
what,
there
what
is.
was your horrible mnemonic for stalagmites, stalactites?
Mites go up, tights come down.
Yes. The note is a basic information dump. PowerPoints. Terrible handwriting in Sylvan. Which catches your attention right away because you're like, okay, who can speak Sylvan in this town? And it basically says, mimic furniture. And gives you understanding on how to use it.
Okay.
Break painting, you have mimics break out. Hold container. And take small bracelet and place it on whoever is supposed to be here. And then think of what furniture you wish.
I have no idea what you're saying. Like, what you were saying is not making sense to me. I got break painting, and then you... I have no
Literally
idea.
break painting for mimics to fall out. That's what it says. Take bracelet, place it on people that you want to have here.
Your friends, those who don't want to get hurt. Those that you don't want to get hurt. Basically, it's identifying your friends. So put on the bracelets to us before you break the painting.
And it basically gives you basic information that by purchase of the council through the Codell Dynasty, they were not able to find sufficient furniture to your liking. So they want a different route, a more expensive route, of tamed mimics that will transform into what you desire and guard the place that you sleep.
Can I just take them with me?
You can, but they weigh as much as a rhino.
Rhinoceros.
A rhino. I can't speak.
Wow. Heavy.
Yeah, they're heavy creatures.
Okay.
I need
So,
to-
random people have given me deadly things that they expect me to trust to sleep near. Is that the long and short of this?
Pretty much.
So, no. The painting's going in my closet. And that's where this ends.
Okay. And that's where
Who
we're
did
gonna,
this?
as you turn around, look at us first. We're gonna end tonight's session right here.
There was a
Part 2.
there was a person in that
All
place
right.
we're going to be going after this.
Paparazzi.
Well,
Wow.
I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for reading off the paper a little too much, but you know.
No, that was good actually. About it, I mean,
Speech!
it's
Speech!
Speech, speech.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna stick with the cards. You know, like yeah, that works. It was good.
I'll see you next time in another episode of Together We Roll.
Okay.
A lot of talking, a lot of festivities. Yeah, that's it. Until next time, stay healthy, stay safe, and keep on rolling, everyone. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.